Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to race number 2 of the limited iRacing series Outlaw Super Late Models. Tonight we are at South Boston here to do battle for the Big Daddy York 125 laps around this circuit tonight. As we wrap up the end of qualifying here, we'll go take a look at the times right now. Right now, Casey Beatty in the 45 machine is currently at the top of the board. We'll see if anyone can beat that right now with a 14.65. Second is Jacob York in that 97 machine. And right now, as it sits, we don't have last week's winner, so we may certainly see a new winner here as we wrap up the end of practice and get ready to go over to qualify and see who can pick up tonight's Quick Time Award. As we get ready to go over to qualifying, we'll wait for the cars to hit on track and see who is going to be out there first. Right now, we're looking at Connor Godson in the 76 machine. We'll see where he can put his machine in the time and scoring here as he gets up to speed and gets ready for his first time lap here, folks. As that will start his first time lap right there. A little bit tight in the middle, as you can see. Very tough to put down the horsepower here at South Boston. These super late models have a lot of horsepower, very lightweight, so we'll see tonight everyone being really gentle on that throttle pedal as long as they can. But Connor right now at the top of the timing and scoring as they sit, as now Eli Lewis in the 3 car has taken over the point here as Connor finishes up his qualifying run here. That'll put him P number 3. Right now we'll check out Jacob York in the 97 machine right now on his first time lap as he heads down the backstretch, looking very smooth, composed in that car, so this should be a pretty good lap time from Jacob York as he gets big time sideways at the start finish line, hard contact, and that I think will disallow his lap time. So right now still only 3 cars with a lap. We're gonna go check out the 94 machine who currently sits in the 5th position. We'll see what he can do here, as it looks like he will loop that thing around, and it looks like for the most part everyone has put in a lap time here very early, so everyone very quickly to go out onto the track, as we will go to commercial break, and we'll be back on the other side with tonight's starting lineup. Don't go anywhere, folks.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And we come back to South Boston Raceway right now. Tristan Newman is on the pole position with a 14.93, so just cracking in. Most of the drivers in the high 14s and low 15s, so a very tight field for the cars that have taken a lap. So we'll have to see how this transfers over for the race, but looks like Tristan Newman will be tonight's quick time in qualifying. As we get ready here, we'll go down grid side and get ready to go through tonight's starting order for the Big Daddy York 125 for race number 2 of the limited iRacing Outlaw Supers. Starting on pole, we saw him do it. He did it here tonight. Tristan Newman in the 50 machine will start on pole. Starting on the outside front row is Ethan Johnson. In the 2, row number 3 will be Eli Lewis. In the 3, very fitting to start there. And 4th place goes to Braden Goddard in the 38. Rounding out the top 5 is Connor Godson in the 76 machine. 6 goes to Chase Scaparelli in the 94. 7th is Casey Beatty in the 45. Jacob York in the 97 will start 8th. 9th will go to Curtis Hedin in the 85 machine. Brendan Carroll in the 10 will start 10th, very fitting as well. And rounding out the field tonight is Justin Elvis in the 54 machine. As we get ready for the field to jump out there on grid and lead us to green. Be sure, if you're watching at home, let us know who you're cheering on for tonight. We got some nice looking super late models out here on track to do battle for 125 laps. Don't go anywhere, folks. The last race was action packed. I'm sure this one will be as well. That's why we got a minute here. We'll go through tonight's race info. Tonight we're at the 3/8 mile South Boston Speedway, a very small track, walls on both sides of it, so little room for mistake right now. Looking about 77 degrees out there, partly cloudy, 2-mile-per-hour wind, so it looks like a very nice night for racing. Of course, we got to thank Premier Dental Arts and BG Designs out here. So as we get the field rolling on away here, we'll get ready to go green, as it looks like our pole sitter Tristan Newman did miss the start here. So it looks like Eli Lewis in the 3 machine will be bringing up the field. As the lights are extinguished on the pace car, we'll be going green next time by, folks. As the front row now will be Eli Lewis down low in the 3 machine. Up top will be Braden Goddard in the 38 machine. As the field warms up their tires for this green flag here, they make sure they can put their power down. But we wait for the 3 car, Eli Lewis, to fire us off and bring us to green flag racing here. We're on the loud pedal. We are green flag racing here at South Boston for race number 2. Braden Goddard tries to slam the door there on the 45 machine, but Casey able to get his nose on in there. He will take second position already away, and he's already looking at that race leader there as they head into turns 1 and 2 here. As contact for the race lead. Casey Beatty in the back of Eli Lewis. That 3 car has heavy damage, and now some more damage there as everyone seems to stay green, but a lot of contact there for these drivers here, especially early in this race when you see we have 125 laps. Now Chase Scaparelli is facing the wrong direction. He gets that thing at least rolling, but some heavy damage to that 94 machine as we are under yellow for the first time tonight. As a lot of early contact here in this race, these drivers have a lot of time to make some moves happen if they need to, but already some early contact here. As under yellow flag for the first time tonight, and trying to get things rocking and rolling for the most part, but already we saw some pretty heavy contact with a few drivers, so we gotta wonder how their damaged their cars are. They do have some fast repair, so we have the 94 and the 85 machine both down pit road here. So when we take the green flag again, it looks like Braden Goddard in the 38 machine will be leading us to green flag. Casey Beatty in that 45 machine. We saw him make a little bit of contact. I'm sure Eli Lewis did not forget that. He stays on out there with the damaged race car, so we got to wonder how that 3 car is running, because he did make pretty significant contact with that outside wall in 3 and 4. Alrighty, folks, lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car. We'll re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to go back. Green flag racing action. Braden Goddard will lead the field to green here in that 38 machine. Alrighty, Jacob York is up to 4, so he is another man on a mission here as the 38 machine fires on off. We are back to green flag racing action here. Looks like for the most part the field gets away cleanly here. As we see a little bit further back, Connor Godson under fire from the 3 of Eli Lewis. This is the battle for 4th on track. An up front battle for the race lead now. Casey Beatty in the 45 machine trying to make the moves on Braden Goddard. This could open up the door for Jacob York to get on around as well. Now Jacob York able to clear the 38 machine just barely in 3 and 1 and 2 here. He now is up to 2nd and sets the sights on that 45 machine who's out there in front. A little bit further back here, battle between the 2 and the 85 machine. This is the battle for 6th on track right here as they once again go side by side. 85 machine gets a piece of the wall into turn 3 there. So that will have him lose that spot, and he'll have to regain the composure to try and set up the 2 car once again here. But out front, Casey Beatty leading the way here as now Eli Lewis trying to get around the 38 machine. He will send it on in there, get stuck to the top side. That will now open up the door for the 76. So a tough battle here from 3rd on back right now. These guys fighting hard here. As, oh man, Braden Goddard goes around on the backstretch. Maybe got some help from the 2 car. It was very close, but that will bring out caution number 2 of the night here on lap number 17. That is definitely what the 97 machine of Jacob York wanted to see. He was kind of keeping pace with the leader, but now can fully be right on the back bumper of the 45 machine, set his pace that he wants. Same with the 45 now of Casey. You know, he's out there in front in that clean air. And once again, we see another driver probably having a little bit of trouble with it. That being Braden Goddard, you know, just putting this power down in this super late model. These things are so light, a lot of horsepower, a good amount of grip, but you know, if you push it over that edge, there's no coming back from that. So as the 94 machine is the lucky dog this time by, so he'll get one of those laps back. But right now, 1 and 2 moving in the right direction here. They're both up 6 positions in the early stages of this race. As I say for this restart, folks, let's jump on board with one of these drivers. We'll jump on board with Eli Lewis in this 3 car on this restart. See what it's like to restart this race from what these drivers are seeing. You know, get some action-packed restart action as the lights do go out on top of the pace car. So we'll re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to go back green flag racing. As we'll see us ride on board with the 3 car. We'll see what his hands are doing here as he waits for the 45 to jump on the loud pedal and bring us back to green flag racing action for race number 2 at South Boston. As Eli does get away with a pretty good start there as we get another yellow right away. Not sure what happened. I believe it looks like the 94 machine with some issues. We'll take a look at the replay and see what happened to bring it on out here as we get ready for the restart here. The 94 machine jumps on the loud pedal. Oh, a little bit of contact with the 2 car, and that's some heavy contact with that inside wall. So him coming to a complete stop brings us under our 3rd yellow here as Eli Lewis, with that pretty good restart, will reclaim the 3rd position from the 76. So and this time by at the start finish line, we'll be a 5th of the way done already in this race. As you can tell, folks, these laps fly on by here, around 15-second lap times around this place. So this race could get done very quickly. So, you know, you got to take every opportunity that you can, because once you get strung out, unless if someone really makes a big mistake, whether hitting the wall or really burning off those tires, it's hard to make up time with how quickly laps click on down at this place. As the lights go out once again on the iRacing pace car, we'll double file them up here and once again be led to green flag by the 45 of Casey Beatty, with Jacob York to his outside, Eli Lewis in 3rd down low, Connor Godson in the 76 up top, and rounding out the top 5 is the 85 of Curtis Hedden. as the iRacing pace car jumps down pit road. A little bit of contact at the start there, but Casey able to keep that thing facing the right way, and we are back green flag racing here with that hit. You know, that launched him way out in front of Jacob York, who now falls in second. Eli Lewis right there in third. As a little bit of contact from, I think the 76 got a little bit of help from the 85, so we'll keep an eye on this battle here. But that sent the 76 right up to the back bumper of the 3. I'm not sure if there's contact, but it sure seemed like it from my end. So these guys using up these bumpers here on these super late models. These are one of the better short track cars on the iRacing simulator because you can lean on each other a little bit, you know, not get a 4X and rack up those incident points, but they handle the contact all right. Of course, nothing like a real life super late model with the soft bodies and all that, but one of the better ones where you can make contact and still have a driver save the race car if needed. As the 76 is closing the gap on the 3 car. We'll look to the inside in 1 here. This is the battle for third on track. Looks like Connor Godson will clear the 3 as they'll cross each other over. The 3 machine of Eli Lewis with the big run. That'll open up the door for the 85 of Curtis Hedden as well. So as you can see, folks, one mistake from the 76, you know, tries to drive it in there deep after making the pass. Probably forgetting where those brake markers are without a car in front of him, and now loses 2 spots because of it. So that's how quickly things can change around this place. KCBT out there in front in this 45 machine, looking pretty good. The last couple laps about a 10th faster than Jacob York, running in second. So he is putting on a good pace right now. The question is, can he keep it for a lot of laps, or is he pushing it too hard already? As we go back to the battles here, Eli Lewis now closing the gap to the 85 machine. Once again, this is the battle for third on track, as Eli Lewis very low in 3 and 4 there, trying to search for some grip around this place. Oh, as contact into the corner. It's the 2 and the 76 here with the 2 car facing the wrong way. We'll take a look at the replay and see what brought out caution number 4 tonight. As it looks like 76 up there in 3 and 4. Not sure what happened to bring him up there, but it looks to the inside of the 2 moves on down. That's a hard one to call because both of them made some late moves, so I assume both of them will come down pit road and repair their race cars. But that will be caution number 4 of the night. As it looks like most of the cars are out there. We'll see if the 2 comes on in. Probably not, since he's right now the wave around candidate right behind the pace car. So he'll probably stay on out there and not lose a lap. We see the 76 machine with some pretty significant damage on, for sure, the right front of that car. But up front, the top 3 looking pretty clean. The 85 with a little bit of right front damage. Luckily, these short track cars, you know, don't rely too much on the aero. So, you know, you can get a little bit of damage as long as it doesn't hurt any of the internal components of the car. You can still put up halfway decent laps here. And we'll talk a little bit about the 3 car. You know, we've been mentioning him a little bit, so we'll go a little bit of details from him. He's from, of course, the 3 is driven by Eli Lewis. He's from Gray, Tennessee. He's driving for Lewis Motorsports. His sponsors out here tonight are Premier Dental Arts, Dawn Gray Rentals, and Off-Road Agent. Also, Premier Dental Arts is one of the series sponsors, so be sure to check them on out. Also, as well as BG Designs, if you're trying to look for a design that really pops on the broadcast, be sure to check him on out. His favorite type of racing is, of course, short track racing. Is a fan of Chase Elliott. His favorite real life car and track is North Wilkesboro with the super late model. As we get ready to go back to racing action, KCBT this time gets away cleanly. No help from the cars behind him. Jacob York able to slot into second. Curtis Hedden will slot into third, but be under fire from the 3 in contact. Big time contact with the 3 car into that inside wall. So both cars will be probably coming on down to pit road because that was some pretty significant contact. We'll take a look to see what happened off of turn number 4, and we'll see the 85 machine probably get a little bit tight here, kiss the wall, and then probably have to lift, and the 3 car has no time to react. Yeah, just gets the wall there, and that sends him down just enough, slows him on up. The 3 car of Eli Lewis having nowhere to go and react in time as we see him bring down that car down pit road. So as old Darrell Waltrip once said, cautions breed cautions, and now we're under our 5th caution here tonight. There are one fast repair, like we look at the 3 car, you wonder, oh man, how do you get that body, looking so good after a quick pit stop? There is one fast repair in this league, so if you get in an incident early like we saw with the 3 car, you can bring it back down pit road, get that thing repaired, and get there back out on track. But now Eli's got to race probably a little bit differently, knowing that there's no fast repair in the bank. As we see, like the 2 car of Ethan Johnson probably saving that fast repair till a little bit later in this race if he has to use it. So that's why you see another kind of strategy on the iRacing sim. If your league has fast repairs, you can almost wait to save it, or do you use it now? Almost like another set of tires. As the lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car again, we'll re-rack them, restack them. The front row staying the same. Second row looking like Braden Gowder in the 38 machine up to 3rd. Eli Lewis with that brand new Super will restart 4th, and the 85 machine will restart 5th, as we'll wait for the 45 to jump on the loud pedal. Gets away with a pretty good start, but does not clear the 97. The 97 will wait to jump on the throttle and slot right to the back bumper as Eli Lewis hard contact with that outside wall off of turn number 2. And we'll be under the 6th caution here tonight. We'll take a look to see what happened to bring out this yellow flag as the 3, oh man, maybe makes a little bit of contact, and what a hard hit. Dead head on with that wall. That's some heavy damage to that 3 car after just using that fast repair. So that is a tough break for Eli Lewis, just using that fast repair. But that was a tough call because the 3 car didn't give him any room, and I think the 38 may have gotten a little bit loose to his inside, not sure, but that is one of those racing deals with pushing the envelope, especially this early. You almost got to think second of it. So yeah, it looks like Eli Lewis will bring that thing pit side and probably, he comes off pit road, so gets the damage he can repaired on that 3 car, but same with the 2 of Ethan Johnson. He'll get a new super out there, so uses that fast repair, and he's hoping this thing will go green for a while now. As we have right around, I think, 7 cars out on track, so it's not too much of a tall ask to have this thing go green to the end. So I like the call from the 2, as once again the lights do get extinguished on the iRacing pace car. We'll be going green next time by. Last restart, we saw the 45, not get away with a big jump. We'll have to see if he maybe changes up when he jumps on it here, and if Jacob York can be ready for it. As the iRacing pace car heads down pit road, we now wait for the 45. He jumps on the loud pedal. We are back, green flag racing. Jacob York able to slot on into second, right on the back bumper once again of our race leader. Braden Goddard hangs on to third. Curtis heading in the 85 machine will be fourth. And fifth will be Ethan Johnson right now as he battles the 76 machine of Connor Godson for that 5th position. So looks like Connor able to take that position on back. But up front, Casey Beatty puts down the best lap of the race so far. So he's still got more in that tank of that 45 machine, but he is pushing hard right now, probably trying to make that gap as big as he can and hoping that this race goes green till the end. As Casey out there in front in this 45 machine, Jacob York in the 97 in second, Curtis heading in the 85 machine in third, Braden Goddard in the 38 in fourth, and the 76 of Connor Godson. We'll round out the top 5, Ethan Johnson in sixth. Looks like Eli Lewis is 1 lap down, so he's hoping for at least one more yellow, try and get that 3 machine at least back on the lead lap here. And a little bit of info about the 76 cars. We're clicking off laps here at South Boston. Connor is from Toronto, Canada, so up there even north of me, so he's racing for the Great Lakes LLC. His 3-man sponsors for the 76 machine is Tim Hortons, Alpine Star, and Coors Light. Favorite type of racing is, of course, the super late models. His favorite track is Sunset Speedway with the super late models. Favorite iRacing track and car is Thompson with the super late. It's a great combo there, especially with the right racers. You can have a bunch of fun at Thompson Motor Speedway. If he wasn't racing, we would find him either cooking. It sounds like he may be a chef, so pretty cool stuff out of the 76 machine. And goals for the season for him, just running some laps and making sure he can finish some races. And right now he is doing just that, as he's catching the gap to 4th place runner Braden Goddard in that 38 machine. Casey out front continuing to lengthen that lead over the 97 machine. Right now right around a 1.5 race lead over second, who has about a 2nd lead over 3rd of Curtis Hedin. So, as Jacob York, big time contact with that outside wall down the backstretch. That is not going to help that 97's pace, as he's already losing a little bit of time to the race leader. Yeah, I wonder how is the handling under that 97 machine. And a battle's heating up from 4th on back. All of these cars racing for position, so we'll have to see how they fare on out here, as the 76 has the 2 looking top, but the 76 also trying to get around the 38 machine, so we'll see how this unfolds here. As the 76 big time sideways into the outside wall. He keeps that thing at least facing the right direction, but does lose the spot to the 2 machine. As you heard him jump on the throttle there, get a lot of wheel spin off the corner, and then had some wheel to the right. That thing hooked on up and sent him into that outside wall with some pretty significant contact. Now Ethan Johnson will start putting the pressure on the 38 machine. And this time by at the stripe for the 45 machine, we'll see cross flags halfway home, halfway to go for the Big Daddy York 125 at South Boston Motor Speedway. As we do get in chat from Brandon Carroll in the 10 machine. He did not make the race, but it sounds like he came back and his iRacing was frozen, so some technical difficulties for the 10 machine. I'm sorry to hear that, Brandon. That is a bummer. Hopefully we'll see you out here next week, because it's always a bummer when it's on the iRacing side of things. As we go back to that battle here, further on back, Ethan Johnson able to get around the 38 machine. Now Braden Goddard under fire from the 76. They go side by side down the front stretch here. And right now, almost some contact. These guys are putting on a show for 5th place right now, as the 76 of Connor Godson able to get a little bit of a run. He's able to clear him, so give 5th place to the 76. The 38 will slot into 6th here, but we'll have to see how that car is handling here. Maybe saving some stuff. Maybe those guys in front of him will use it on up, but it seems like that 2 car, Ethan Johnson, working pretty good for him after using that fast repair now. As with a little bit of time here, we'll go let the cars do the talking, as we see Casey put Eli another lap down here. We'll let the cars do the talking and do some turn 3, turn it up. Don't go anywhere. As we come back live here at South Boston Motor Speedway, Casey Beatty still out there in front, Jacob York in second, as Casey trying to put the 38 machine of Braden Goddard a lap down here. It looks like he'll be able to do that cleanly here, so now the 38 will be the first car a lap down, and he's starting to close on the back bumper of that 76 machine as well, who's about a quarter of a lap in front of him, if even that now. As we have Justin Elvis out there in chat. He's asking what happened to our driver of the 3 car, Eli Lewis. It looks like, Justin, Eli, involved in some earlier incidents, did come in, use a fast repair, but then right after using that, he got maybe some help, but that car for sure struggling in the handling department. You see how much wheel he has in that 3 car just to get that thing to turn. And then, yeah, hit the wall pretty much head on, got what damage he could repaired, but that thing is definitely ill handling for Eli Lewis. So a tough break for Eli here as he's just trying to finish this race now with that damaged race car. Jacob York, I think, is struggling with that race car a little bit. It seems like that thing's a little tight for him, and I think burning up that right front, and depending on how he picks up these lap cars, it is allowing the 85 machine of Curtis Heading to catch him. So we'll ride on board with Curtis and see what he's doing inside the car here. As he tries to go around the 38, who is a lap down now. So Curtis right around a second behind our second place runner, was as close as about 8/10. So he's trying to reel in that gap as we get a yellow flag here. We'll take a look to see what happened. As they are stopped in front of him in the 85 machine into the wreck as well. So some more damage, but it looked like the 2 car was definitely involved. We'll take a look to see what happened between, I want to say, Ethan Johnson and, oh man, trying to go around Eli Lewis. Some sort, it almost looked like something broke, how that 2 car really jumped to that inside, caught that inside wall in the 76. I mean, a innocent bystander there, and some heavy contact between these two. We'll take a look and see what happened one more time here as we jump on board. And yeah, 76 has nowhere to go. That car jumps in front of him with 0 to none reaction time as we are under our 7th caution, and our front runners are down pit road, folks. So a little bit of tire strategy here as the 45 machine rolls off of pit road. Now the 97 will as well. Same with the 85, and get some of that damage repaired. We saw him come into that wreck a little bit late and get a little bit of damage. So that's a bummer to hear from you, Justin. And yep, hopefully we can see you out on track at some point. Would love to see you out here, see what you can do for the broadcast. But yeah, sorry to hear that, and I hope everything's good on your end. As even with the pit cycles, Casey Beatty will come on out with the race lead. Jacob York in second, Curtis Heading in third. As the lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car, we'll be getting ready to go green here as we get everyone lined on up, sorted on out. As the iRacing pace car jumps down pit road, we'll wait for the 45 to fire on off. We are back green flag racing with an interesting start there. Looks like we weren't quite ready for the start there. We'll put it back under yellow, and we'll try and get the field sorted on out here. So we'll go to commercial break and be back on the other side. Don't go anywhere. And we are back here at the South Boston Raceway here. KCBT out there in front, Jacob York in second with a little bit of an ill-handling race car. Not sure if he for sure got maybe a little bit of damage on that last restart, so we'll have to see if he can hold on. Eli Lewis now back on the lead lap, currently running in the third position, so a great rebound by that 3 car. Connor Godson in the 76 trying to track down that 3 car in third. And Curtis Heading in the 85 machine rounds out our current top 5. As this time by, we'll see 20 laps to go for these drivers. We'll get the time and scoring back up on the left side of your screen. See all the intervals of your favorite driver out there on track. But right now, Casey just hoping this thing goes green to the end. He can put this thing in cruise control. Has quite a big of a gap and increasing it pretty much every lap. As we go a little bit further back, a battle for second on back is unfolding as Eli Lewis has caught the 97, but the 76 has also caught this battle as Eli Lewis big time sideways off the corner. He'll spin that thing down to the inside, keeps that clean for the most part. He'll get that thing facing the right direction, but that could have been a lot worse for the 3 car, but luckily keeps that thing facing, of course, not the right direction, but keeps that thing as clean as he can keep it, because anytime you get sideways around here is a scary scenario with that wall on the inside of this racetrack. We'll take a look one more time to see what happened to Eli Lewis, and looks like he just goosed the throttle a little bit too aggressively, spun that 3 car around, but luckily kept that thing pretty clean, especially for here at Sobo. So, but now here comes the craziness. Jacob York will bring the 97 machine down pit road, so we'll see what he can do in these last handful of laps. But now we got to restart inside of 20 laps to go. We'll have to see what will unfold here, as the give and take will definitely be gone at this point in the race. So we'll have to see how aggressive these drivers are for these last handful of laps. As this time by, the light should get extinguished on the iRacing pace car. That it does. We'll see the field re-rack and restack now. Connor Godson in the 76 machine will start in second. Curtis Heading in third. Braden Goddard in fourth. Eli Lewis fifth. Jacob York in sixth. So we'll have to see how this unravels here with these closing laps here, as the 45 machine will lead us to green flag once again. This is definitely his race to lose as he waits to jump on it. Everyone tries to time the restart right. We are back green flag racing as contact into one. Braden Goddard gets spun on around, and I think he had some help from the 97 machine. We'll take a look and see what happened as they are stacked up big time. Yeah, checks up for the 76, right on his back bumper. 97 not expecting that. Gives him just a little bit of a tap, but enough to send that car facing the wrong direction and bring out tonight's 9th yellow flag. How many good restarts does KC have left in the bank? Been using up all the strategies that time. Waited way late to jump on the loud pedal, trying to keep everyone guessing behind him. So we'll have to see what he has in store, as now he gets into the last, I want to say, last single digit laps to go. as it looks like the 2 of Ethan Johnson does get the wave around. So I think that puts him back on the lead lap. So we'll re-rack him, restack him, get ready to go back racing as Curtis Heading in the 85 machine now will start second. Connor Godson in third. Eli Lewis fourth. Braden Goddard rounds out the top 5 for this restart. With only 8 laps to go at the start-finish line, we wait for the 45 to jump on the loud pedal here. He will do so, and we are back green flag racing. A good amount of wheel spin from the 76 machine. He will lose a handful of spots. So Eli Lewis now looks to get to the bottom side as Jacob York will try and roll that top side and try and clear the 76 here. He's got a few cars to get back up to that second position, but right now already back up into fourth. Has a little bit of contact, definitely some net code there between the 76 and the 97. 97 not happy with that. Definitely lets the 76 know with the bumper tag as the 97 goes on around. Jumping on the loud pedal, probably in frustration, gets a big time piece of the wall, and that will bring us to our 10th yellow flag here tonight. We'll take a look and see what happened to the 97 machine off at turn number 4. Yeah, just trying to put that power down. Maybe thought there was a gap to the outside of the 76. And then, yeah, a little bit of contact. That thing gets sent on around rightwards after hooking the bumper. And that will be all she wrote. So now Jacob York will be starting deep in this field for this restart once again. As not sure what happened to the 85 machine, but he is down pit road from, I want to say, inside the top 3 for sure. And he is already not sure the call here with only 4 laps to go. But that will hand over second to Eli Lewis. So sounds like a weird incident from the 85 machine. He said his car just shot left, hit him, took him to a 45-degree angle to the inside wall. And we saw the driver leave the cockpit of the 85 machine. So his night will be done at the very end of a tough break for him. It seemed like he had some pretty good speed in that car. So hopefully we can see what he can do next week. But now the lights are out here. We'll get ready for attempt number 1 at a green-white checkered. Once again, KCBT leading us to green. Eli Lewis now with an up and down night all the way back up into second. And Connor Godson in the 76 will be third. As iRacing pace car heads down pit road, we wait for the 45. Jump on the loud pedal. He gets away cleanly. We are back racing here as Connor Godson hangs on to third. Eli Lewis looks for a second of the 45 machine, but now might be under fire from the 76 as they head into 3 and 4. Jacob York also right there as well in this battle as Eli Lewis, hard contact to the outside wall. They are wrecking big on the front stretch, but we already picked up the yellow flag, so that will be the end of the race. KCBT off of turn number 4 will win this race. As a lot of stuff taken on after the race, so definitely some stuff to check on out, but we won't be checking it out here as the 45 of KCBT will pick up the win here tonight, and we'll watch him burning on down on the front stretch for the fans at home. And after this, folks, don't go anywhere because we'll be talking to the top 3 after the race. As we'll go through to commercial and be back with some driver interviews. Don't go anywhere. We are back here at South Boston. We'll talk to our third place finisher, Braden Goddard, in that 38 machine. We'll see if he's got a copy here. Hey, Braden, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Hey, I got you.
Alrighty, man. Definitely a interesting race there. We won't talk too much about it, but how was that 38 car here tonight? It seemed like, once again, the setup and these super late models proven to be a handful.
Yeah, the setup was pretty good on new tires for about 15, 20 laps, and it would slowly tighten up on us, and it just got to a point where we couldn't keep a good speed. It was so tight, but that caution really helped us out to keep us going, and we got lucky with third place finish after some last lap tempers that are probably going to be dealt with from the.
As I think we may have lost him here, so not sure where he went, but if we can get a word with him, we'll talk to him here in a little bit, but we'll try and talk now to our second place finisher, and we'll pick up with, oh, there he is.
I think I got disconnected.
Oh, you're all good, man. I was just about to say, don't know where you went, but glad you could make it on back here. But yeah, overall in this race, we saw you go a lap down, able to get that lap back, and kind of what was going through your head, especially during that long run. You said it definitely tightened on up throughout the long run, and that definitely seemed to be apparent with that long run we had in the middle of the race.
At that point, it's just a survival game. It was just trying to stay on that lead lap, but we weren't able to, so it's just trying to keep it out of the wall at that point, or out of any other cars.
Yeah, definitely, Braden. But yeah, heck of a job to bring up third place tonight. That's got to feel pretty good after it's all said and done. So before we let you go and celebrate this podium position, I'll hand over the mic to you and thank who you got to thank for this 38 team.
Yeah, I'd like to thank BG Designs. That's our sponsor for this week. So without them, couldn't be done. They got the awesome paints, just like that one I'm running tonight. They've got pre-made graphics at bgracingdesigns.com that make your designing a lot easier. So you guys got to go check them out. If you design, works out. They work really good. They're really easy to use. You too.
Hey there, what's going on, man? Well, it was a rough run all night. I had the 97 machine in my back bumper and the 2 machine in my back bumper pretty much the whole time. I found it hard to get a line going, but at the end there, got it together, got the runner-up position. I'm pretty happy with where I finished. Well, I'm looking to show up, turn some laps, get some finishes. Nothing too crazy, but you'll definitely be seeing me again, that's for sure. I started off real loose, but over the course of the race, after I got in, changed tires a couple times, the car tightened up, and it was feeling good by the end of the race.
Alrighty, well, awesome stuff from your Connor. Hopefully we'll be talking to you some more in the future, but before we let you go and celebrate this runner-up finish, I'm going to go hand over the mic to you and thank who you'd like to thank for this 76 team.
I'd like to thank Eli Lewis for giving me the opportunity to run under Lewis Motorsports. Without him, I wouldn't be running this weekend, so big, huge thanks to him.
Alrighty, well, awesome stuff, Connor. You have yourself a great rest of the night, And look forward to seeing you on track here in the future.
Yeah, for sure. See ya, man.
Alrighty, folks. That was our runner-up finisher, the 76 machine of Connor Godson. Now we'll talk to our race winner, that being Casey Beatty in the 45 machine. Casey, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yeah, I got a copy.
Alrighty, man. You got the job done tonight in a pretty hectic race. How was the car tonight? And, man, how'd you find so much speed in that car?
I don't know, this thing, it was good all night. I mean, I know for probably the first 50 or so, I really saved the time. I think that's what gave me the advantage in that long green flag run after that caution when I pulled away from those guys. But I don't know, I feel like I could get in the throttle so much sooner and so much harder than those guys and be able to drive off better than them.
Yeah, it definitely seemed that way, Casey. It seemed like you could really roll the middle, really find that good apex speed, let's say, and yeah, like you said, really get that thing to cut right there, and then really be able to put the power down, because it seemed like a lot of people were having trouble getting that car to turn, and then after that, you know, you're pushing, trying to jump in the throttle with too much wheel, but that 45 machine seemed to be on rails all night long.
Oh yeah, dude, this thing was wicked. I mean, I wish I had more of a challenge, but not. I mean, I know Jacob's usually really good. Maybe it's just bad track for him, but it was it was a fun race. Probably the longest race on iRacing I've done in a while, but usually I've been sticking to the shorter races. But no, it was definitely a blast.
Yeah, it seemed like Jacob got caught up in the traffic there with those restarts, or those late race restarts. Couldn't quite get the way through the field. But Casey, did you end up taking tires with 100 to go there?
Yeah. I ended up taking tires. I knew Jacob was coming down, and I knew tires were definitely 3-4 tenths at least, and I didn't want to give him that advantage. And I know there weren't that many cars on the lead lap at that point, so he was going to start right behind me no matter what. So.
Yeah, good call by there. It ends up winning you the race, Casey, so awesome stuff from you. So with this win tonight, that definitely helps your outlook, but what's maybe the goals and looking forward to the rest of the season for the 45 team?
I didn't really plan on running much the rest of the season, but after tonight, I definitely think I'll come back next week and weeks after and see where we're at there.
Alrighty, Casey, I'd love to see you out on track. You know, seemed like that 45 car is definitely one of the top runners, a very tough car to beat, so definitely would like to see you out on track. But before we let you go down in victory lane here tonight, I'm going to go hand over the mic to you and thank who you got to thank for everyone for this 45 crew.
I mean, big shout out to Ryan Kuhn and Ryan Kuhn Motorsports. He definitely helped me get better on iRacing with super late models. I don't really know who to thank much, but thank you for broadcasting. Sorry for such a shit show with these guys, but hopefully it'll get better in future weeks.
Yeah, no problem, Casey. Definitely was entertaining, but yeah, that last lap, I'm like, not going to replay that one at all. But yeah, Casey, glad to have you out here. I'm sure, you know, if you keep on running, I'm sure you definitely get some more practice with these interviews. So, Casey, you have yourself a great rest of the night, and I'll be down in victory lane once I wrap up this post-race recap.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty, folks. That was our race winner, the 45 of Casey Beatty, getting the job done. So, folks, after a wild night, we'll go through tonight's finishing order here for the Big Daddy York 125 at South Boston. Casey Beatty picking up tonight's win in the 45 machine. Connor Godson in the 76 will finish second. Third will go to Braden Goddard in the 38. Ethan Johnson in the 2 will be fourth. And rounding out the top 5 will be Eli Lewis in the 3. Jacob York in the 97 will finish 6th. 7th is Curtis Heading in the 85. 8th is Chase Scaparelli. And then the drivers that did not start tonight's race: Tristan Newman, Brendan Carroll, and Justin Elvis. So I want to give a big shout out to all the live viewers tuning on in tonight. Thank you to each and every one of you tuning on in. Got to give a shout out to the guys in the YouTube chat land, Brandon and Justin. Also got to give a shout out to all the replay viewers out there. Also, of course, got to thank Limited iRacing Series for putting this on, and their sponsors as well of Premier Dental Arts and BG Designs. I've been Brett the Jet in the booth for Turn 3 Racing Network. Everyone stay safe. Have a great rest of your week. We'll be back same time, same place, of course, at a different track. But everyone take care. Have a good night. And just remember, folks, just flew by you. Have a good one.